Bonjour mon petit chiffle, Amber here. I'm sorry about this chair. It's January, which means it's time for my December books of the month. I actually haven't read a ton this month, or last month, but it's fine. The first book I read though is one I've been wanting to read for a very long time. I've had it for so long, but I finally read it. It's Am Malala, which is so amazing. If you don't know, Malala is the girl who was shot in the face by the Taliban for going to school in Pakistan, going to school and promoting girls' education and rights. So this is her story, and it's not just the story of her being shot and what happened after that. It's just the story of her life before that, and just it's intertwined with Pakistan's history, and it's very insightful and it's really inspirational. What I got out of the book, first of all, reading this book made me realize how that I take my education and freedoms and right to an education for granted. When I was in school, I was like, I can't wait for this to be over. Why do I have to go to school? I don't care. I really don't care about this. But the fact that in other places I would not be allowed to go to school or learn to read, which if I were not allowed to read, I think I'd die, actually. I'm not even exaggerating. Because books and reading and I guess learning without the whole school thing is very important to me. So I just opened your eyes to that, and I admire her so much. And what I really like, it's not, like I said, it's not Malala the girl who shot, Malala the activist. It's just the girl, the young girl who had to leave her home and her friends and just everything she knew because her life was in danger for the simple thing of wanting to learn or wanting to have the right to learn. And I also really admire the fact that even after all of this, she still holds so strongly to her faith, even though it's not like the same faith that I practice. But it's still amazing that like she still holds on to her faith, and she doesn't hate the people who did this to her. She like forgave them, and just it's remarkable, and I think everyone should be a lot more like Malala. You can't tell, I really liked this book, and I definitely suggest that everyone should read this. I'm probably gonna go buy this for everyone that I know, not just women, but just people in general, because like she says a lot, it's important to teach men that women are equal to them and that we deserve everything that they have. So boys, don't make me fight you. The next book I read was a lot less heavy, and it was The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. And I've had this book for a while too. It took me a minute to get into this book, but once I did, I really enjoyed it. It's different than what I usually read. I don't usually read like sci-fi novels. This book is a sci-fi novel, and I just said that. Well, I've read it. I wanted to read it now because the movie's about to come out, and I know Chloe Grace Moretz is in it, and I love her. And that's the thing. When I saw the trailer, I'm like, oh, okay, this is about Chloe Grace Moretz, or Cassie in the book, Cassie. But because it seems like it's surrounded by one person's story, but that's not the case at all. I was very surprised that the story is told through multiple points of view. I guess Cassie essentially is the main character because at the end it does come down to her. But I should probably tell you what the book's about. It takes place, I guess it could just be the present. It's not necessarily the future, it's the present. I think it's in Ohio actually. Anyway, and it's about aliens. The others are aliens, and they have implemented 4 waves to wipe out the human race, to take over Earth. Rude. First one was power outage. They stripped the whole Earth of power. And the second was the tsunami on the coasts, which is rude because I live on the East Coast. That's rude. The third was a plague. And the fourth was, fourth is where, because you don't know who is an other or an infested, as is what they're also called, and who's human. So it kind of like plants a seed of distrust. So essentially we start killing each other off, and then what we find out is like they're in the midst of the fifth wave, which I won't spoil anything. But basically, Cassie, her little brother Sammy is taken by the others, and her mission is to get him back. And she thinks she's the last human on Earth, and it's just a lot. It's a lot that for a while I didn't understand what's happening, but then there was a lot also that I was like, oh, I totally saw that coming. But it's still just like, well, none of that I just said made sense, did it? I don't know how to describe books. Alien invasion, humanity is being wiped out. Cassie has to find her little brother and save him from the others, while there are other people involved. There's Evan. Who is Evan? Why did he rescue her? What is his story? Yeah, that's the fifth wave. It's really hard to explain without giving a lot away, and I'm really glad that I read it before I saw the movie. I might not be once the movie comes out. I don't know. I've learned that maybe reading the book before the movie probably isn't the best thing anymore. But I'm hoping it stays true to the book. I'm currently reading the sequel, which is The Infant. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ow. The Infinite Sea. I'm currently reading the sequel, which is The Infinite Sea. It's taking me a little bit to get into this. I said sequel with a Q. But I think it's just me. I'm easily distracted these days. I did just hit myself in the face with the book. But I think it's me. I'm distracted by other things. I'm Netflixing really hard right now. And I'm also writing 2 books at the same time. But I'm reading this, so I'll let you know probably next month, if I ever finish it, how this is. Those were the books that I read in December. I don't know how much of this made sense, but January I'm hoping to do a little more reading. Like I said, I'm reading The Infinite Sea right now. That's probably where I should have started that. I'm reading The Infinite Sea right now. And then after that, which have I think been in the last 3 books in the month where I've been telling you what I plan on reading, I'm hoping to finally get around to The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh and Reawakened by Colleen Houck. So cross your fingers, guys. Hopefully I'll get around to that. I actually also have to go book shopping. Anyway, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like me, feel free to subscribe so you'll know when I post more booky videos. All my places are down there, so we can be buds and you can send me book suggestions. I'm always open to those. And I will see you soon.